So I'm aware that most people within my audience don't even know what this game is, but I'm making this video anyway because I love this game. And I'd rather be talking about this game than, this.
I let you live. And you wasted it.
Oh, brother!
But for those of us that are aware of this game and got to experience the peak that is Lies of P back in 2023, Lies of Peak if you will, the DLC just got released a few days ago. But there was a problem. These goddamn stupid devs took advice, took inspiration, too much inspiration, okay, from Software, and made it so that you can't even, like, even if you already beat the game, you can't access the DLC if you started New Game Plus until you've made it to Chapter 9 in the main story.
See, now that's some bullshit.
And mind you, back when I beat this game in 2023, I never replayed it. I started a New Game Plus by accident, made my video, deleted the game because there was a lot of shit coming out in 2023. So I had to basically replay the whole game again just to play the DLC, dealing with all the same issues that I had with the base game, all the same annoying enemy types I hated, like these sexual deviants. Oh wow. So we just grabbing a handful of booty, okay. Okay. So, we coming in from the back now, understandable, okay. The shitty camera on a couple bosses. Alright, okay, bro. Alright. Oh, thank you, okay, yeah. No, I can't move, but it's okay, I can totally see what the fuck's happening. Oh, I'm dead to decay. Oh, thank you. And, me forgetting that you can actually parry the red attacks on bosses. So I spent damn near half of my second playthrough of the game just trying to dodge these, and, well, as you can imagine, that didn't go well in some cases. No. Please? Okay, bro. Alright, that's cool. That's fun. I like that. That's fun. Yeah, I can see what's... okay. Oh, what's this? An attack that I can't do? Okay, thank you.
You peanut head motherfucker.
But I actually managed to beat the whole game and its DLC in around 43 hours, which is 31 hours faster than it took me to beat the game when I first played it. Now, some may think it's because I've already played the game, but nope. The real reason is because in my time since I, last embarked on the adventure that was this game, I beat this. And this is fucking bullshit. 10 out of 10. But this game's DLC, as expected, follows the same design philosophy as its inspirations and the base game. It's still very much a Souls game. This game might as well have been made by From Software because, hell, it's the same quality, if not better, because I personally think at this point it has exceeded most of the From Software games that I've played on the gameplay and story front because, well, most of the games from Software that I've played I haven't actually finished. Oh boy, they ain't gonna like that one. But as we began the DLC, we are brought to the past, and our first level is going through a zoo, and this is where the title of this video comes from. Now, I know that the sequel of this game is going to be The Wizard of Oz, but I was still not prepared for the lions, tigers, and bears to touch me in ways that I didn't know I could be touched. Although, I suppose I should have expected as much, given that I just beat the base game. Sheep. Oh, okay. So everything in this game can two-shot you now. Okay. It's the king of the monkeys. Come here. Oh, bam. Alright. Let me just pop that. Staggered. Oh, never mind. That was... Alright. Nah, okay. And I get spawned all the way at the top of the mountain again. Cool. Oh, so the elephants can also two-shot you. Awesome. See, I don't know what kind of animal this is supposed to be. And that's also half my health bar. Oh god. It's the kangaroo.
What's up, Steve? I heard so much about... Ooh.
See, like, I just want to know what compelled them to give the elephants this much health. What the fuck is... I give up. I cornered myself. No, I'm sorry. Listen, we can have a chat about this. Come on. Alright, bro. Alright, no. What the fuck? Bro. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay. They throw poop. They throw poop at you. You ready for my ultimate move? Okay, that did no damage. I'm sorry. No, listen, listen, listen! I'm so bad. Alright, now I'm fighting Big Daddy Kangaroo and King of the Monkeys. I'm beginning to understand why Harambe was shot. Alright, yeah, no, you guys have a good day. I'll be on my way. Well, this is a boss fight arena. Yeah, who could have guessed that? Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm just stuck in a corner now. I'm happy to see that the DLC took the design philosophy from the base game. Love that. Can I play the game, please? Can I get out of this corner? No. Still backed into a corner. I cannot move or I will die. Am I alive? No, I'm not alive. Who would have guessed that? Miyamodora! Can you tell what the fuck is happening? Because I sure can't. You know, I'm starting to understand why this boss is named the Tyrannical Predator. Because, I am just getting touched in a corner every fight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. 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 Give me this. Oh shit. Be staggered, please. Oh my god. This could be the one. I can't fuck this up. I can't fuck this up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! 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 Come on! One more shot! Oh. Yes! Yes! No, 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 no. Oh my god. Yes! Oh my. And this is why nobody likes sharks. Nice, nice. Can I... Oh, he jumped up with me and grabbed me and ate me. Nice. Even when I'm off Marvel Rivals, I still can't escape these terrorist land sharks. Unfortunately, I had more clips that I wanted to put in that section of the video, but NVIDIA clipping software apparently shat the bed and fucked them up as I was going through and editing the video. Thanks, NVIDIA! It actually did that to me also when I first went through this game. I don't know what it is with this game and NVIDIA's clipping software, but they just don't like to work together. But now that I've shown where my hatred of animals in this game comes from, I want to start talking about a couple issues that I had with this DLC, even though it is one of the best games that I've played this year. I had a couple things that pissed me off with the DLC. One, I wish there was, you know, just quality of life stuff that the game would add. Like, can someone explain to me, give me one genuine explanation why this game, or any Souls-like game for that matter actually, would not just be better off letting you do stuff like, you know, upgrades at bonfires, stargazers, meditation points, what Souls or Souls-like game wants to call it this time around. Like in this game, whenever I get like quartz to upgrade my skill tree or character, or upgrade materials to upgrade my weapons, I gotta go all the way back to the main hub area, and it's just like, why? I don't feel like doing all that. Just let me do it while I'm out exploring already. 2, the platforming sections. Same, bro. Same. Please, for the love of God, game devs, Souls-like game devs, Souls games dev, doesn't matter. If you're gonna have stiff movement in your games like this, and you're gonna make the jumping in these games feel like the character has a turd in their butt, please stop adding platforming sections. It just feels bad. But not you, Jedi Survivor. You know, you've expanded the Souls-like games and created your own path. Keep doing you, my glorious king.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
3, some of these levels have the most shit checkpoint locations I have ever seen in a game like this. I mean, seriously, the runbacks throughout some of these levels was just pain. Like, for a couple examples, I already showed you at the in the beginning, or like previously in the video, with the zoo mission where it spawns you all the way at the top of the mountain you just came from when you're in the, you know, the front of the zoo. Or when I just beat one of the harder bosses in the game, this stalker guy, it makes you go through this long walk filled with some of the most annoying enemy types in the DLC that aren't even hard enemy types, mind you. They're just annoying. Like these piranha enemies that can just pop out of nowhere and two-shot you. And you also run on these, like, you know, you're running on ice and some of the platforms can just break and you'll fall to your death and you'll have to go all the way back again. And you're getting shot at by a big-ass cannonball at the same time. And by the end of that route, you know, I was expecting a checkpoint somewhere close. But, nope, all I found was too many bosses, some of the harder enemy types, and nothing but death and despair. And this other example will lead into my fourth and final problem with the game. And it's the run back to this big alligator boss fight. Like, you gotta do all this extra bullshit just to fight the boss again when you die. But I will say this about the boss fight, that I don't really have any issues with the bosses this time around. I honestly think the DLC bosses are overall more consistent in quality than the main game bosses. Not to say that the main game bosses were bad, because most of them are great. Like, yeah, I still think the camera can be a little jank from time to time in the DLC, but I definitely didn't feel like nearly as much as I did fighting some of the bosses in the main game. There just wasn't nearly as much just bullshit, I guess, that made it feel like losing sometimes to a boss was just unfair. Like, I think the only boss in this DLC that I would give under an 8 out of 10 is the Tyrannical Predator. And that's just because, as you can imagine in the gameplay that I showed earlier, I just did not have much fun fighting this boss, as I was stuck in a corner for so many of my runs of it. Like, there was 2 times where I almost beat it, and I died because I got cornered, and the camera just blew my shit. But speaking of bosses, I did all that talk in the beginning about how Elden Ring, you know, kind of prepared me for pretty much anything, really. But what I didn't expect from this DLC was a boss harder than fucking Millennia. No joke, in my honest opinion, this boss was harder for me than everything except the final boss, Radahn, Shadow of the Erdtree, because that shit was just straight up impossible before it got patched. This dude was whooping my ass for at least like 4 hours straight. Like, I even got off the game, you know, for the first like 2 hours I fought it, and I had to come back the next day to beat it. And, you know, I whipped out my 2 dragon sword and got to work. No, I'm just kidding. He still whooped my ass. I eventually beat him with the Wolverine claws.
Berserker! Rage!
Oh my god! Yes! Yes! That's fucking fire.
It was fun while it lasted.
No, the fuck it wasn't. Suck my balls. And this shit just felt so good, man. Like, the satisfaction of beating a boss that was punching your face in for hours, it can just feel unmatched at points. And the thing about it is, right, Arlecchino never really felt unfair. Like, his attacks are super fucking fast, right? And he's got delayed attacks mixed in and stuff. And I beat Arlecchino with no summons. I did this shit completely solo. Didn't use Leia. I used her for a little bit because I wanted to see the dialogue for the story. I did the same thing when you're supposed to call in Aladuro for one of the other bosses in the game. But Arlecchino, it was just pure skill. Like, it was hard, but it was like not the bullshit kind of hard, right? But outside of boss fights, the level design here is still really good. There's so many different branching paths and stuff to explore and find. There's cool side missions that you can find with, like, you know, different little characters throughout the world. You get lore, you know, boss fights, etc. Like, I found this blind woman who was, you know, painting Wilson Fisk's favorite painting.
What do you think? What do you see when you look at my painting?
Yeah, that's just kind of ass. There's a bunch of new enemy types, which, granted, some aren't that fun to fight. Okay, Rare. Thank you. I'm having so much fun. But still, regardless, good to see more enemy variety, and there's only a couple that I was just genuinely annoyed whenever I saw them in front of me. And again, just like the main game, every location that you visit, every new, like, chapter feels varied with its own, like, identity, and the lore you find just kind of enriches the atmosphere and the intrigue that you have to the world. I've always thought Lies of P was one of the more interesting Souls-like worlds that you're put into because of the, you know, fantasy, like, Pinocchio element that it's, you know, drawing inspiration from. The gameplay also gets even better this time around. Nothing really changes gameplay wise, but you get a bunch of new weapons to find and enjoy new playstyles with, even though I mostly use the Wolverine claws the whole time because, well, they're Wolverine claws, why would I not? And I wish someone would have made a Wolverine mod for this game when I was playing it, because God knows we ain't getting that Wolverine game anytime soon. But once you beat Arlecchino, you get Leia's sword. And I'm trying not to spoil anything here, but it's kind of obvious you're gonna get the weapon. And I took that sword and I went and beat the final bosses that I had left in the story, because once I hit chapter 9, I immediately hopped into the DLC. And those final main story bosses, that shit was just a piece of cake. Every boss that was putting me through pain, death, and despair my first playthrough of the game was just getting to work. I beat the nameless puppet the first try. And as for the story, well, without getting into spoilers, really, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really solid. It's not like the Wizard of Oz follow-up that I was expecting from the DLC to this game. I suppose they're saving that for the sequel. But this DLC is also, the story isn't any kind of follow-up, really. The story is instead, like, it gives more context for the one that we already got, and it adds some new lore to the world, as well as, you know, some new characters, locations. Two of these new characters that they introduce, I mean, Arlecchino is already, like, you know, we got some lore about him in the main game, but they expand on his character in the DLC. And there's also Leia, the legendary stalker, who I thoroughly enjoyed as a character. I think she's probably my favorite character in this, I guess, universe. And unlike the main game, I can't really recall any issues that I had with the DLC story. And I thought the main game had a pretty good story. I thought it had a couple issues, but again, like the lore, the world, the characters, most of the characters were pretty interesting. And as much as I would like to get a bit more into Leia's character specifically, I would also like more people to play this game actually and experience everything fresh for themselves. So if you trust my opinion at all in the slightest, I'm sure there will be other videos that you can watch talking about the story for the DLC, but play the game. Just play the game. It's a really good game. It's the most fun I've had with a game all year, and I can't wait for the sequel to this game. After playing this, I would probably bump my score up for the game from like a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. And again, if you haven't played it and you have even the slightest bit of an interest in Souls-like games, I highly recommend you try this out. But with all that said, I hope you all enjoyed, and yeah.